Imagine being a kid from Westlake, Ohio with a dream to one day be one of the biggest entertainers in the world. Your dad gives you and your older brother a camera to film your football games, but you guys end up filming funny skits instead. You begin to upload these videos to YouTube, and the vision starts to come to life. Over 70 million followers later, you rise to the top of the industry, you build multiple million-dollar businesses, and become one of the most famous creators of all time. But the fame and fortune wasn't all sunshine and blue skies. Dark days pushed you towards finding a purpose within the sport of boxing, and now you're on track to fight the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time, Mike Tyson. My name is VicBlends, and this is DeepCut with Jake Paul. Thank you to the sponsor of this episode, GetJoy. Stay tuned for more. What's up, bro? Welcome to the shop.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you having us.
W swag, W product.
In the joint?
Got all that in there. So.
In the workout bed. We'll slide this right here.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm looking like a caveman.
Yeah, it's about time for the cut.
I'm in camp mode, so.
Yeah, boxers usually thug it out in camp mode.
Yeah, it's been like 2 weeks probably.
How often do you usually get your cut?
I try to do it like once a week just because we're always filming.
Yeah.
So.
When you're locked in, you're locked in.
Yeah, but it's been, we're just down here, Puerto Rico, locked in.
Yeah, how do you do your haircut?
So I basically hit the like avatar with this like
The hard cut, yeah.
yeah, like the arrow sort of thing going down in the back.
Yeah.
Just like fading it up to there.
Is it hard? It looks like you get no fade up there. It's just hard right there.
Or yeah, like a skin fade or something.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what to call it.
I got you.
And then basically just clean up the beard a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the top. I don't know if it's too long or not, but
Maybe just giving it some shape on the sides and
Yeah.
shit, making sure it looks good.
fire.
I got you.
Perfect.
Man, you got a big fight coming up, man, July 20th against Mike Perry, which is gonna be your, what, 11th pro fight?
I guess so, huh? Damn, it's going by quick.
Pro record's growing,
I'm
man.
about to be 10-1. That's crazy. Yeah.
Pro record's growing.
11th fight.
Yeah. I wanna just go back a bit and just give some insight on how you became the person that you are. And growing up in Westlake, Ohio, which is a small town, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's medium size. Yeah, it's a great place to grow up, man. We have it all in Westlake. There's a lot of good people, a lot of good food, a lot of good vibes. We got Crocker Park as a hangout spot, and a lot of good sports. You know, like that was the main thing about Westlake was just all the sports teams, and man, I guess it really shaped my childhood, just riding my bike. I always wanted to do stuff. I always wanted to like adventure around and just have fun, play outside, go to the movie theater. So there was just always something to do, and the summers were really, really fun. And I definitely got into a lot of trouble
Yeah.
growing up. We would always like sneak out and egg houses and
Find some shit to do,
TV
man.
houses.
Yeah, being kids.
Exactly, ding dong ditch. But man, I miss it. I miss those summers and all that. So
What was the household like? Is this you and your brother, and what were your mom and dad like?
my parents got divorced pretty early, and so they lived on the opposite sides of the city, and so we would spend a week with our dad and then a week with our mom. So we basically like go back and forth, and it was kind of these like two different households. And my dad was really strict, really hard on us, really always wanted us to pursue our dreams, to be working out, to be outside playing and doing things. We would work on the weekends with him, whether it was like doing odd jobs, cleaning gutters, helping him build houses, doing roofing, landscaping, all that stuff. We were like his employees basically, and he was like in the army and all that, so very militant background. And
Yeah, my dad was Army also.
okay,
Yeah, I know what it's like being raised by an Army dad. Work ethic for sure.
ooh, man, the work ethic and just everything organized, and OCD and keeping everything clean and all that. But he really taught me and my brother like that the world isn't fair. It's gonna be harsh and fucked up, and you have to be strong and prepared and ready for that. And really taught my brother and I like everything about what it takes to be a man, and really instilled in us this desire to work hard and to win, to push ourselves every single day. He would make us do 200 push-ups a day, and we had to like keep track of it and like report to him at the end of the day that we did the 200 push-ups.
Yeah.
And all little crazy games and stuff like that, and little things that he would do to keep us motivated. And he really wanted us to chase our dreams. I think Logan and I both wanted to go to the NFL, and that's really what we are working towards.
Yeah, it sounds like sports, because a lot of people may see you as content creator for a lot of what they've seen, but sports was always at the core of who you guys were as kids, as people.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like the sports came before the content. We wrestled, played football. Like you said, it's always been sports first. And my mom's house, you know, we go to my mom's house, and then she's just very loving, very caring, very sweet, and just kind of let us live a more relaxed childhood and go hang out with friends and be more social. And, you know, sometimes she would take us on vacations to different places and all that stuff. So that's where I kind of had a more relaxed childhood and growing up. But it was like these two different worlds that I would hop back between.
Getting the camera to film football, when you guys were recording videos of yourselves and started, what was the original plan when you guys were making those videos?
Man, at first it was just having fun, you know, like it was summer and we would just be at my dad's house, and he would lock us out of the house if he had to go do some shit for the day. He was like, "Jeez, we're not watching TV. It's a beautiful summer day. Like, just fucking be outside." So we would just have the camera and be outside, and we would just start doing anything that we thought was funny, filming it, little skits, playing characters, building forts in the woods, jumping on a trampoline, whatever it was. We were just having fun, and then we would start to edit the videos together, because at that time there was big YouTubers like Smosh and all them. So we would watch them, and we were like, all right, let's edit together the videos and just start posting them on YouTube. And then we got sort of good feedback from our friends and people at school who like thought some of them were actually decent. And so we kind of kept doing it just as a hobby.
I'm sure your dad, for him to see you guys taking it that serious after giving it to you for something for football, what was their perspective on you guys making so much content?
Well, they liked it. My dad thought it was hilarious, like the things we were doing, and same with my mom. Like they genuinely, I think, thought the videos were funny, and I think that was a key thing because they were supportive of it since the beginning, and just liked that we were having fun, and I guess being brothers together, filming these, you know, crazy little things. And we just started to get more creative and film any funny things that were going on. And a lot of it originally started as pranks, like in person, and me and my brother would go like mess with people in public.
Everybody wanted to be a prankster at one point, man, making content. It was the best videos to make.
That's what I'm saying. So like one of the first ideas we had, and it's funny because I don't know, I think we were the first to do it, and I think people still have like done it today, but I would like hand someone my phone and be like, "Yo, can you take a picture of me?" And then I would just start doing all this crazy shit, and they're like sat there.
Those are some of the funniest videos on the internet.
Like they're sat there and I'm doing cartwheels, running around the street. I would run like 100 yards away.
Yeah.
And they would just still be taking pictures.
Yeah.
That shit was like what really made us laugh from the jump, so.
All right, y'all, let's take a quick break from this episode to thank our DeepCut partner, GetJoy. GetJoy is a dog wellness platform with gut-healthy nutrition at the core of what they do. They make products that prioritize your dog's health just as much as you do your own, so you guys should have more time to create joyful memories together. GetJoy is the best dog food I've ever given Russ. I've been using it exclusively for Russ for the last 4 months. I've never seen him be this excited to eat since I've been giving him GetJoy. The guy who started this company did it because his dog died young but could have lived longer if he put healthier food into his bowl. So we started GetJoy to personally make that happen. I'm proud to partner with GetJoy and even prouder to serve it to my boy Russ. They work with expert veterinary nutritionists to make science-backed fresh freeze-dried meals, superfood treats, and chews made with real quality ingredients that are optimized for your dog's health. GetJoy goes beyond the bowl with the preventative supplements, 24/7 accessible televet care, and even smart collar technology, all designed for you to create an easier daily wellness routine. This is all for you and your dog to live a healthier, happier, and longer life together. I've been adding GetJoy's fresh and freeze-dried food to the top of every one of Russ's meals so far, and he's been in love with it. Developed by PhD animal nutritionists, the beef and the chicken recipes are developed with quality ingredients. The fresh and freeze-dried meals are scientifically proven to optimize your dog's gut health, immunity, and vitality. Put your dog's health first with GetJoy's fresh and freeze-dried meals. You can get 60% off your first auto-ship box by using the code VIC60, and you can do that by clicking the link down below. That's code VIC60 for 60% off your first auto-ship box. Now let's get back to the episode. One of the most admirable things that I have about you and your brother is the confidence and the manifestation that you guys have had to be here. Was that confidence always there from the beginning, and did you guys always think we can take this to the highest level possible?
Yeah, I don't know if it was confidence, but confidence comes from feedback. And I believe that in the beginning, you just have to be like delusionally optimistic and love what you're doing. And that was the key, because I don't know if you can become confident at something until you get like reps under your belt. And so it took years and years of working at the videos and knowing and seeing what people like to know that we were good at it and to have that confidence in our ideas. Probably the number one thing is like self-belief and not being afraid of failure. I think a lot of people don't realize how many times or how many videos or how many dumb companies or mistakes or things you have to do and make to gain that experience to know what you're doing. And a lot of people will quit after like one thing or one failure, or this didn't go well, or the business is slow, or, you know, there was probably 15 different times in my career where I was irrelevant, my engagement was bad, and I felt it from other creators and influencers. They didn't even want to film with me because my views weren't good, because my engagement was bad. We all lived in the Vine building, and it was like this hierarchy, shark eat shark, of like who gets to film with who. And there were so many times where it looked like everything was coming to an end, and I just never stopped and kept pushing. And that's really where all the success lies. And I think that's what me and my brother are best at, is just hard work, perseverance, and continuing to knock down the doors of opportunity.
Getting to LA, was it what you expected? And what were those just first couple of years like?
Man,
It's a lot, man. It's a scary, LA could be a scary place.
it is. It was, and it is. And I guess I didn't have expectations. I was just happy to be living on my own and pursuing my dreams. And it was just fun. Like being a 17-year-old kid and making your own schedule and making money from making videos and all of that. It was just like bringing a lot of happiness. But then eventually in that world, when you're young and naive, you fall into the wrong friend group, the wrong managers, the wrong lawyers, the wrong everything. and it's a lot to handle. Like, I don't think any person is prepared, and there's nothing you can do to prepare for fame and all of that responsibility and having a ton of money, especially when my parents didn't, and not being able to even just get advice from them on how to manage it, what to do with it. Like,
fame it's a lot for anybody. Fame at a young age, as fast as it came, it's really hard to balance.
Yeah, a lot of it I had to figure out on my own. There was people, you know, here and there who would want to come in and help you, but then, you know, then they're looking for money from it. Then they're wanting something from it. They have their own personal agendas. There's very, very few people in the world who want to help others and receive nothing in return.
See, but what does that do to you as somebody that's, you know, you're the cash cow, you're doing everything, man. You're bringing in so much opportunity, exposure, money. Like, it's gotta be hard to trust people.
Yeah, no, tons of trust issues, and you know, it creates a lot of trauma, a lot of like falling outs with people, and again, like going through that. I didn't really figure it out until I was probably 23 years old. So it was like 6 years of trial and error, and it would create tons of pressure and stress, and you're almost living in this constant state of paranoia, actually, because you just don't know who to trust or what to do in a lot of situations. And also, there was no blueprint in the things that I was pursuing.
So you being as famous as you are, as a kid, trying to figure it out, every one of your mistakes are put on in front of the world. Everything's recorded. Anything that you do, people see and they criticize. That criticism and that many opinions on you as a young kid trying to figure out the dream, how hard was it just to hear those things, see those things happen on the internet?
Yeah, I don't wish it upon anybody. And you have to, like, I just became numb to it because I had to survive. You know, like, I didn't have an option. If I would have attached more or felt into those emotions of like everything that was going on and things that were being said, it would have been very dark, and it was very dark, but it would have been even darker. There was points where I didn't want to live anymore just because of it. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna run away into the woods and just disappear, never see anyone again. But I realized that all of these critics, all of these haters, like, they don't know me at the end of the day, and I know my heart and my intentions and what I am meant to do in this world. And it was really just being able to look myself in the mirror and know that who I am. And if I would have quit or gave in to the things that people were saying or just let them win, that something I wasn't gonna let happen, you know? And that's what everyone wanted at so many points in my career, was to just see me break and to see me fail and to see me crash out.
I mean, well, I've said this before, people always want to build you up, and then they want to get you to a point where they can tear you down. What was the process, I guess, just getting to know yourself when you have so much stuff going on around you?
Yeah, it was very difficult. I don't think I knew who I was.
Because at the same time, you're a kid. You're like 17, 18. You got to experience life that other kids do, so.
No, exactly. So you're trying to figure out who you are as you're growing up in front of the cameras, and all of that adds a whole level of complexity to that whole situation. And I basically didn't find myself or find out who I was until boxing. And boxing, when it came up, it was random, like, oh, I'm gonna fight these other YouTubers, sure. And I didn't realize that boxing would damn near save my life and like put me on the right track. And it allowed me to put the camera down because I was filming every single day. And so I'm filming every single day, basically playing a character and being a loud, crazy person to get views and doing all these crazy things every day, crazy ideas, all for YouTube. And when I put the camera down, I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do for the past 5 years? Like,
what was that point? Like, what was that turning point when you realized that what you were creating wasn't feeding yourself anymore as much as it was feeding your social channels?
Yeah, it was this emptiness and sadness of like being almost disappointed in what I did and created, and realizing I had my focus and work all pointed in the wrong direction. I lost the sense of who I was. Like, who was that kid, you know, back in Ohio? What did he want? What did he like? Who is this person, and what did you become? And I had to really face that and swallow that and take 1,000 steps backwards to figure out all of these very complex things. And it took a lot on the psyche and the mental, but it felt better that at least I could focus on boxing and sports and go back to a healthy lifestyle of, you know, sobriety, eating clean, working out twice a day with boxing. And it pulled me out of a lot of those dark places and chasing the wrong things, and being surrounded by people that I guess I didn't even really realize that I was very different from. And so really boxing was the catalyst for all of that change and growth. And it allowed me to mature behind the scenes without a camera always in my face and a YouTube video to be made every single day.
And it sounds like boxing saved your life.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's why I owe everything to it, and why I try to encourage other people who maybe feel lost or depressed or sad or they don't have a purpose to, man, just go to a boxing gym and see what happens.
Was it love at first sight? What was your impression after the first workout?
Nah, I didn't want to come back, but but I also, I signed the contract, so
you gotta come back regardless.
Exactly. Like, I didn't have a choice at that point, and over time I grew the love for it, and then it just felt destined, and like this is what I was meant to be doing. And like I finally found my true calling in life, which is crazy because I just didn't expect that, you know? I thought I was gonna be this like entertainer and just YouTuber or whatever for the rest of my life. And all of a sudden life throws this massive curveball at me. All of a sudden I'm a boxer. So it's been crazy, but I guess what I want to show is, you know, I've been pro now for 4.5 years. And so I want to show that to everyone out there that in 6 years or so that I could become world champion. And I just hope to inspire others to maybe look and be like, hey, this is what I love, or this is what I want to do. I could become the best in the world at it in 6 years if I really put my mind to it.
I feel the same. I took this traditional job of barbering, and my vision was to take this shit to the highest level possible and to inspire someone. It's like, no matter what you love to do, or no matter what it is that you have in your mind, there is a way that you can inspire. There is a way you can be celebrated. There is a way that you could change the world. So no, I feel the same. Yeah, it's nuts.
You're paving the way and pushing new heights and new limits, and it's really an art form at the end of the day. So there's all these different art forms, and boxing's one of them. And you know, what more can you turn it into? And now we're in a world of endless opportunity where, because of social media and content storytelling, like, things can get so much bigger than anyone had ever imagined and become something so different and so new. Well, I think a lot of people think that they're gonna have all the answers in front of them of like what they're gonna do, and people get so freaked out by like what I'm gonna become, what am I gonna do, blah, blah, blah. And you just have to do a bunch of different things, and life will lead you to that path of what you're supposed to be doing over time. And it might not even be the thing that you thought was gonna happen. And I think a lot of kids now are feeling lost because there's so many options, there's so many jobs. They see their peers at their age, filming TikToks or, living a different type of lifestyle, and then they just get confused as to what they're gonna do, and then they don't do anything.
Yeah. A lot of comparison. I mean, it's hard. You open the phone and there's so many things shown to you, so many people making it, whether it's online or like you said, they're looking at their friends, and finding a sense of yourself could be hard nowadays.
Yeah, no, it really is, and man, it's tough. Like, I think we all do that no matter what level, and it's a practice not to give into that shit.
When you fought your first fight and you won, when was the decision that you were gonna take this full-time, as serious as you are?
Yeah, I think it was after my first pro fight when I beat Gibb. When I got that first round knockout, I just caught the boxing bug fully, because it was just the best feeling of being in there with no headgear and the 10-ounce gloves, and all that hard work and sacrifice pays off in that moment. It's this deep, deep feeling of satisfaction. And after that, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be a pro boxer full time. Called my coach up at the time and was like, hey, come live with me in my house. Like, I want to really do this and take this seriously, even though I didn't have a fight planned.
But you knew to stay in the gym.
Exactly. And so he moved into the house, and we had a boxing ring in the living room, and started training just every day. And that was the turning point where I really started to shift my life into being a professional boxer, and on all sides of things, inside and outside the gym, and really living like an athlete.
Yeah, you got to be submerged now.
Yeah, and it was a gradual process. It didn't happen overnight, but I had to let go of things that were normally in my routine to basically be a professional athlete. And so that took a bit of time.
And what is the ultimate goal for you in boxing? You said to be world champion. I know there's a lot of other things you have happening outside of the ring to inspire people, between the nonprofits you built, partnership that you have now with the Olympics and USA Boxing. There's a lot of things that you're doing outside of the ring. What is it that you're trying to accomplish at the end of this legacy?
Yeah, I mean, I think I say it as a joke, but like, make boxing great again. I think there's so many flaws in the sport, and the fighters need a lot of support, and a lot of them are always being taken advantage of. They're underpaid. It's a very scattered sport. There needs to be a collective unit within the sport, and there needs to be a fighters union, most certainly. There's a lot of health things around fighting that need a lot of work.
Yeah.
The amateur program needs a lot of work and help. And my goal is to just do as much as I can on all of those fronts, specifically create a fighters union, because when fighters can band together, it creates the power and the things needed to make change within the sport.
Yeah.
So I think that's first and foremost, leaving the sport in a better place than I came into it.
Yeah.
And I can just use my platform to bring in more fans, more audience, and that's what
I mean, hearing that is inspiring, because a lot of people first saw you coming to boxing, it's like, yo, this guy's coming to take from the sport. But you put in a lot of effort to speak up for fighters, to speak up for communities, and to bring more awareness to the sport of boxing. Tell me about Boxing Bullies and why you started this nonprofit.
I found self-love and the need to not tear other people down through the sport of boxing, and it gave me that confidence and that love and that skill set. The goal has always been get more young kids into boxing so that they could defend themselves if they ever are bullied, but also mentally they're going to be stronger and tougher, and for them to be able to stick up for anyone else that might be bullying kids in their school, and just to raise that awareness. We've opened up I think like 8 gyms now, working on a bunch more, and have gotten thousands of gloves into the hands of kids. And I don't know, even when I do that type of stuff though, I'm like, oh damn, I wish I could be doing more, because there's so much more work that is needed.
I mean, that's a good fight, man. We wake up every day trying to chase that, make the world better every single day, but you're doing a lot. And even some people that listen to this and it's like, damn, I can't open a boxing gym, I can't donate thousands of gloves, but one conversation matters to somebody.
Exactly.
And telling somebody one more day could change their whole life. Give it one more day. You don't know what somebody's going through. And I try to show that through my content, just giving somebody a free haircut and a conversation on the street. Impact does not need to have a number to it. It doesn't take a certain amount of dollars. It doesn't take millions of views on the internet. Giving somebody a conversation, telling them one more day, go a very long way.
Yeah.
So you doing that, man, is a lot in itself. And you'll just continue to do so.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that.
July 20th is coming up. What's the prediction?
Man, no more than 3 rounds. I think it could end in the first or second though, but I'm just too sharp with this guy, and too strong and powerful, and he's a great fighter. He's very violent. He's the king of the BKFC, but I'm gonna show him how to box. And a lot of people really haven't seen my skill for the past year, because I've gotten just 2 first-round knockouts in my last 3 fights. So, he could watch footage, he could do whatever, but I'm just a completely different fighter than I was a year ago, and rightfully so. I've only been doing this for 4 years, so it's like every year is an exponential increase.
Yeah, I want to see the skill. Knockout's crazy, but like you said, first round knockout, you don't really get to show what you've learned in the ring as much.
Exactly.
You had the fight lined up with Tyson. It had to be rescheduled, and sending prayers to Mike, hoping that he's going to be healthy and everything's going to be great. Why choose Mike Perry? Because a lot of people are wondering, why is he a worthy opponent that you would see to box?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been wanting this fight with me and him for years. Like every time I post something on Instagram, people would be in the comments saying, fight Mike Perry, or you're scared of Mike Perry. He has a big fan base.
Nah, bare knuckle champion, man.
Exactly.
He's scary.
Exactly. So people thought I was always ducking him, or if I didn't want it. And he's very vicious. He's like a mini Mike Tyson. He's a Mike appetizer. So
do you see this as preparation for Mike?
Yeah, exactly. And for me, if I want to be world champion, I have to be in the ring and staying active and getting the experience. And I didn't want to just sit around and wait until November 15th to fight Mike Tyson. I need to stay active. I need to take risks. I need to get under the lights. And that's exactly why I chose to go after this fight with Mike Perry and keep the card alive. Also for the undercard fighters, Amanda Serrano, Ashton Silva's on the card. So just keeping the whole roster working and staying sharp and fighting, I think, is important in the sport of boxing. And I want to prove people wrong, because there's even all the MMA community and people saying it's a mistake, he's gonna starch me, why did I do this? And it's, again, just gonna be a fun night to shut everyone up on that side of things.
Fighting Mike Tyson, did you ever imagine you would be able to get to a point to have a matchup with a legend like that?
Nah.
that bro.
It doesn't make any sense.
I think about that shit all the time. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Going from YouTuber to fighting the probably the greatest heavyweight of all time right there.
Yeah, it's bizarre, and I have to pinch myself, and I don't know. It's just a blessing and an honor to be able to share the ring with a legend like him. But at the same time, it makes so much sense. Doing it on Netflix, changing the sport, being the first people to move into the streaming side of things for boxing. And Mike's the perfect, massive household name to do it on the biggest entertainment platform. And so it feels destined. And I actually had a vision while I was on ayahuasca like 3 years ago, where I saw me and Mike Tyson fight. Like, this was random. Like, this was before conversations even happened. And I saw me and Mike Tyson fighting, and it was like certain. I felt it in my bones, and I saw the whole thing happening and the butterfly effect it had on the sport. And I basically called Mike at that point in time and told him about my vision. And I always felt like it was going to happen. And sure enough, like, the vision has manifested into reality over time. And
When you first told Mike y'all were gonna fight, what was his first reaction?
he kind of just laughed, you know, like, I don't think, and I probably sounded crazy, you know, and he liked the idea of it at the time, but nothing came of it for like 2.5 years. Eventually it came back around, and that's the power of manifestation. And I don't know what it all means, but it's pretty surreal.
The build up to Mike Tyson has been pretty cordial so far, but I mean, what's the prediction?
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, I'm gonna be honest, bro. When I seen this shit happen, I'm like, no way you can knock the legend out, bro.
yeah.
Are you gonna do him like that?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if he has the opportunity to do it to me,
You take it.
then he's gonna take it. He doesn't give a fuck about me. I'm sure he likes me, but at the end of the day, when the bell rings and we're in a real pro fight in front of 80,000 people, if you think for 1 second that Mike Tyson's not trying to rip my head off, you're crazy. And you don't play boxing. I'm not in there to mess around, and that's what he wanted. And so if that's what the legend wants, and he wants to end me in a vicious way, then I'm going in there with that same mindset, and I want to be tested. I know that's going to happen. I know it's not going to be easy. And I don't see a world where I knock him out or he knocks me out. I think it's going to be violent the whole way through. I think there's going to be a lot of close rounds, and I think it's just going to come down to, on the night, who wants it more. Because in terms of experience and power and weight, he has the advantage. But in terms of youth, speed, and I guess my footwork, being on the outside, my athleticism currently, like, I have the advantage. So to me, it's really an even matchup, and that's scary, but also exciting at the same time.
Are we gonna expect war against Mike Perry?
Nah, he
Is there any stress against Mike Perry?
oh, for sure. He has knockout power, but
yeah.
at the end of the day, as long as I'm sharp and stick to the game plan, there's nothing he can do that's better than me. And he makes a lot of mistakes that it takes years to correct. And so one training camp for him, he's not going to be able to correct those mistakes. And you can't make those types of mistakes with a fighter like me because of my punching power. So it's not going to be a good night for him.
Yeah. I guess what's the separator from a boxer being average and a boxer that's trying to be great? Like, what kind of preparation goes into it outside of just the ring?
First and foremost is the team around a fighter, because there are so many phony ass boxing coaches in this sport that I have met along the way and that have steered me in so many wrong directions, claiming that they've made world champions, and you just don't know really what to believe.
Yeah.
That's just how the sport is. And so for me, it took a while to find that team that I trust that really knows the science of boxing. And I think a lot of fighters want to work hard, are dedicated, have the champion's mindset, but if you don't teach them the right basic principles, like footwork is the #1 overlooked thing in boxing, and I see people at the highest level with shitty footwork. If a fighter doesn't have that coach that really knows this shit, they're just not going to really get anywhere unless they just are super powerful like Deontay Wilder.
What is a dream fight that you have between you and another pro that you want to see happen?
Well, I think one of the biggest ones that could happen in the sport of boxing that excites me is Canelo. Just because with his style of fighting and where I'm gonna progress to in the next 2 years and what's gonna happen, that fight makes perfect sense and it'll be massive, and I'm gonna upset him. And I think it'll be one of the biggest fights that could be made in the sport of boxing. And everyone thinks I'm crazy, and I am, but
You gotta be to get to this point.
exactly. What happens when I'm not?
You gotta be to get to this point.
What happens when they look back at this and take this clip and make an edit of me fucking him up? You know, like, am I crazy anymore? And that's been the story of my whole career is you can't do this, you can't do that. You know, you won't become this, you won't become that. I have this quote. I say, people say impossible. I say, let's find out. And I've been surrounded by billionaires, professional athletes, the highest level actors, all of these things. And what you slowly start to realize is that they are just as human as me. I see that these other people are human, and that inspires me because I can accomplish exactly what other humans have accomplished. Why not?
Yeah, I said it the other day, man. It's like, stop saying what if and start saying why not. Some people are gonna live with the what if for the rest of their lives. And when I get old and I'm on my deathbed, I don't wanna look back to my 20s and say, man, what if I would've took that chance? What if I would've just started? What if I would've took the first step? Taking the first step got us exactly to where we are today. You take a chance to do some shit that you love or some shit that you saw in a dream, it could change your life. But exactly where you are right now is always gonna be there. It's never gonna go anywhere. Your hometown's gonna be the same. People gonna be doing the same shit around you. But a chance for you to get out of where you're at and step out and take a chance on life, man, it could be the best decision you ever made in your life, but you can't sit down on the fucking what if and sit down on your ass and think, damn, that could be me one day, or what would it be like to be there?
Exactly.
Go fucking do it.
I love it. Got me amped up.
Well, I gotta ask, because I see this shit everywhere. What is W?
Yeah.
Like, what does it even mean? Because we were trying to guess what it meant earlier, but what does the W mean?
I went to the store a couple of years ago and I saw the same products on the shelf for deodorant and body sprays that I had seen since I was 8 years old. And so I wanted to build a better product with no parabens, no sulfates, vitamin infused, all of these things, clean fragrances. And the brand around it simply is just built around winning and taking W's in your everyday life. And the cultural term of like, that's a W, or W's in the chat, all of those things, and turning your L's into W's. There's like a hidden L in the logo if you look at it. And all of my biggest wins in life were after I lost. I had to turn the L's into W's, and I wanted to build a brand that embodies that and something that people can connect to, but also when you're putting shit on your skin every single day, like that, some of that actually is making you better. And so many kids are vitamin deficient. When I went to the doctor, I was low on vitamin D, low on magnesium. So we put that into the products so that people could be absorbing it through their skin every single day. And going back to being healthy, like I wanted to give stuff to my fans and my audience that could actually help them and make them better and disrupt that whole world. So yeah, that's what W is all about. And I'm actually, Sean O'Malley's involved in it too as well. So we're bringing on like a team of people to help grow the brand. Sean's one of them, Ruby Rose is one of them, and we're announcing some more people soon. But
so, bro, we gotta do W hair care.
Let's go.
We gotta do W hair care.
100%. So we're opening up right now it's deodorant, body wash, and body spray in Walmart. But in a couple of months, there's gonna be some hair gels and shampoo and all that shit.
You know.
So
You know who that barber
I
is,
need to
man.
hit you
Look,
up.
you know who that barber is,
I
man.
need to hit you up.
All right, I got some quick questions for you. It's called Quick Cuts, presented by GetJoy.
This is the part where I start talking shit to people, or what?
Nah, I'm not. It's not that type of show. It's not that type of show. Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Man. I think it was Pamela Anderson.
That's great. That's what Tom Brady said it was.
Really?
I didn't know who she was, and I had to Google her. Top 5 pound-for-pound boxers right now.
Usyk, Naya Inoue, Terrence Crawford, Beterbiev, and David Benavidez.
Tank's not on your top 5?
I don't think pound for pound. He is in the top 10 though.
Last meal on earth, what would it be?
I would probably have some cheesecake, like strawberry cheesecake.
Damn, just cheesecake.
Just straight up.
No meats, no protein, just fucking cheesecake.
A bunch of it.
Stranded on an island, one person that you would have with you.
If we gotta like survive, well, yeah, I would choose my girlfriend then.
Y'all got survival skills together?
No, she would be worthless, but but at least I'd have my best friend.
Yeah.
We could laugh at least, but I would probably have to do a lot of the work. I don't think she's never even been camping, actually. Babe, I'm not gonna lie. I might have to sub you in with Greg Paul, my dad.
Yeah, ex-army. Y'all gonna make it happen. What was the cringiest trend in content?
The cringiest trend in content was probably like that renegade era with like
I never danced.
yeah, with all the crazy TikTok dances and shit.
Did you ever dance?
I think I did some of it, to be honestly. And
We'll have a clip. We'll have a clip right here
I regret it.
of Jake hitting that shit right now.
Shit.
If you and Logan are the box, who's winning?
I would win.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect
Pretty
you to say you wouldn't win.
Yeah, no, but I mean, he's a great boxer, but he just doesn't take it or live that lifestyle. He doesn't take it
Yeah.
seriously.
If you were to rebuild Team 10 today, who would be your 10?
Oh, with like some of the old members or
No, like new, like anybody that you want. If you were to make Team 10 today, it could be boxers, they could be your friends, they could be creators.
Who would I pick? That's so crazy. I would put Nick Crompton back on the team.
All right, we got one.
Nick back. Drewski, Aiden Ross.
2. You got 3.
I would put. I think Speed should be on there.
You got 4.
Eric. I would bring Lucas and Marcus back. We gotta put Lele Pons.
Is your brother making the 10?
I don't think he's making it. Sorry, you're not invited to Team 10 2.0. I would choose my best friend Jasper. I would put Tana Mojo.
All right, that's 10.
That's it.
Top 10 2.0.
That's a great list. I mean, come on.
That's unstoppable. That's all y'all in the house would be insane. And the last question, man. What has been the proudest moment of your career so far?
I would say first thing that comes to mind is just working with Amanda Serrano and seeing a boxer who was one of the best in the world, one of the greatest of all time, only making, $5,000-$10,000 for a fight, and then coming into her career and now she's a multi-millionaire and like living her dream and getting the credit and recognition that she deserves.
Yeah.
I think that it helps me sleep at night because it just feels really good.
Bro, you're changing lives, bro. You're doing a lot of great shit now.
Thank you, brother.
All right, man, I'm gonna get this mirror for you.
Go.
Let me take this off. All right, real quick before I give this mirror to you, I just want to tell you that I am really proud of you. To watch you as just a creator, from somebody watching, your YouTube videos, not just the things that you've done in boxing or your businesses, but the progression that you've had as a person is the most inspiring thing. To see somebody go all the way to the top, damn near lose it all, and find themselves back through that journey.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for letting me share this moment, bro. This is like super special.
Let's go. My guy, thank you for the haircut. Looking good. Let's go. I'm back.
Yeah, you feel good?
I'm back.
All right.
All right, y'all. Great episode. Go get W at Walmart and watch me knock out Mike Perry July 20th on DAZN. Peace. Love y'all.
Yo, thank you to Jake for allowing us to come all the way to Puerto Rico, to be in your gym, to give you a haircut, to have the conversation we did. It was super inspiring. Thank you for your vulnerability. Make sure you guys stay tapped in. Every time Jake fight, it's a movie. So great things to come in the future. And we'll see y'all in the next episode. Stay planted.